The first time I saw my work appear on the company dashboard, my hands went cold. It was mine. Every design choice, every system process, the same structure I'd built months ago and watched get dismissed. The same project my boss, Eric, had once called a useless side experiment. Only now it was running under a new name. And the entire company depended on it. I sat in the server room, the hum of machines filling the silence. My chest tightened with every breath, like the air itself was pressing in. It had been almost a year since I'd handed in that proposal, the one I'd built during sleepless nights, driven by stubborn hope and caffeine, believing I could actually improve the company's systems. Eric had laughed that day, the smooth, dismissive kind of laugh that could slice confidence in half. "Lena, no one's going to use this. It's impractical. Focus on your assigned work." But I hadn't deleted it. I'd kept a copy, half out of pride, half out of faith. Now, watching it function flawlessly under a different label, I realized I hadn't just been dismissed. I'd been erased. Started subtly months ago. A team meeting where Eric showed off his new automation framework. I remember clapping, even though something inside me twisted. The interface looked familiar. Too familiar. Later, while fixing a database issue, I stumbled across the project documentation. My name wasn't anywhere in it. But the structure, the layout, the process, it was mine. I knew it like a heartbeat. I sat frozen, staring at the screen. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe he'd simply been inspired by my idea. But the next day, when I compared the old prototype I'd saved to what was now running, it was a near-perfect match. And that's when something inside me cracked. Not loudly, but deeply, like glass splitting under slow pressure. It wasn't just about stolen work. It was the intimacy of the betrayal. I'd trusted Eric. Spent months confiding in him, sharing progress, explaining my methods. He'd encouraged me to keep him updated. Said he wanted to help me grow as a developer. He'd made me believe he was mentoring me. Now I saw it clearly. He was collecting everything he needed to take what I'd built and rebrand it as his. He'd told me once, during one of our late-night discussions, "You remind me of myself when I started out, hungry, idealistic. Just be careful not to get too attached to your ideas." I'd laughed then. Now the memory made me sick. When Eric retired early, 6 months later with a massive bonus and a plaque for innovation, I congratulated him. I even smiled as he told me, "You'll do great things one day, Lena. Just keep learning from the best." I almost thanked him. But that smile burned into me. For weeks I debated what to do. Anger turned into exhaustion, and exhaustion into something colder. A quiet determination. I didn't want revenge. I wanted truth. So I began collecting proof. Old emails, proposal drafts, timestamps, anything that could show the timeline. I built a case, piece by piece, careful not to alert anyone. But late one night, staring at my evidence folder, I realized something more profound. My creation had become the backbone of the company. Every department relied on it. Every new project integrated through it. My stolen idea had become their foundation. They hadn't just taken my work, they were living off it. When I was invited to the quarterly board meeting to present a stability report, I knew it was my moment. I stood before 12 executives, their faces framed by glass and polished chrome, and began my presentation calmly. "We've identified a potential risk," I said. "It lies in the foundation of our system, something only the original architect would know how to fix." A few curious glances. I continued, steady but shaking inside. "I can fix it," I said. "Because I'm the one who built it." The room went still. I pulled up my old presentation slides, the prototype from the year before, complete with timestamps, approval emails, and system blueprints that matched their current platform. "Eric didn't invent this," I said quietly. "He renamed it." Silence fell so heavy it seemed to hum in the air. No one spoke. The CTO finally exhaled. "You're saying this entire system originated from your rejected proposal?" He nodded. "From the one he called useless." The fallout wasn't quick. There were legal meetings, internal investigations, offers of recognition and compensation. None of it felt sincere. It wasn't about justice to them, it was about saving face. I refused the offers. Instead, I left. Quietly, without drama. Just a signed resignation and a cleared desk. Then I started over. Built something new from scratch. This time I kept every line, every detail, every idea under my name alone. When I launched it publicly months later, the industry noticed. Within weeks, companies began switching to my new system, including clients that had once belonged to my old employer. Sometimes I passed their building on my way to meetings. The same place where I'd once poured myself into late nights, where I'd believed in fairness, in mentorship, in integrity. The lights still glow behind those mirrored windows. They're still using my first system. They still don't know who truly built it. But I know. And that's enough. Because betrayal doesn't always destroy you. Sometimes it builds the version of you that was always meant to rise.